Welcome to Beyond the Bio with Terra the Connector, a podcast about people behind the success stories. I'm Terra Chody, entrepreneur, host, and passionate connector, and I believe that behind every achievement, there's a journey filled with lessons, courage, and connection. This show isn't about filters, highlights, or titles. It's about the real stuff, the risk, the growth, and the relationships that shape who we become. Because success isn't just what you do, it's who you are beyond the bio. Today's guest is John Meesseman, Chief Agent Happiness Officer at Berkshire, Hathaway, HomeServices, Kee Realty. John has spent more than 3 decades helping agents build successful careers while leading one of Michigan's largest real estate brokerages. From navigating the Great Recession to today's ever-changing housing market, he remained committed to one simple core focus. The agent is the customer. So today we're talking about leadership, resilience, recruiting, and why putting agents first has become the foundation of his career. So welcome, John.
Terra, I am thrilled to be here. Terra the Connector.
Yeah.
You've done an amazing job with real producers in this area. I think you had me, I was one of the first broker spotlights, right?
Yes,
Probably about 7-8 years ago now.
Yes.
I think that might be my profile pic you put on the, I probably should update it, but that was your photographer came out to my house and what an honor. What's something really special that you built? I mean, incredibly networking events. I really like real producers and I'm a big fan of you and the organization. So great work.
Well, I appreciate you and all your support over the years. I will say every time I meet an agent from your office, they speak so highly of you and your whole organization, how you guys are you make everyone feel like family. And you've really made me feel like family getting to know you over the past 8 years.
Awesome.
So
yeah.
I appreciate you and our relationship that we've built over the years.
It's been fun. And again, I'm super impressed with what you built. And it's heartwarming to hear one of our agents or many of our agents talk like that. I mean, family is our number one core value. We do have 4 of them, but they say they go in order of importance, and our agents are family. It's a wonderful atmosphere we have from our agents to our staff, to the entire team. Everyone's treated like family.
So you've been in the real estate industry for 30 years, over?
Just over. I got licensed in 1995, and I started as an investor before that. I have one quote-unquote real job. And of course, real estate is very real. But I only had one job as an adult outside of real estate where I was in commercial leasing, where we did leased office equipment. It's actually where I met my wife in the early 90s. And but got my license pretty quickly after I started buying rental properties when I was really young. I had an uncle that was a real estate investor. So I used to help him when I was in college. And we go in between tenants and we'd paint. And he said, you should start doing this. And I literally started cash advancing credit cards in my early 20s and buying rental proproperties. And that's how I got into real estate. Yeah.
Wow. So you started from a really young age.
I was probably, I think I bought my first rental property at 22.
Wow.
And we got quite a few of them up to the Great Recession. Then we had to peel that back a bit. But got my brothers involved in the 90s. I think Jason actually started just after I opened our first office in 1997, and he was really pushed. He really pushed to get more salespeople.
Okay.
And so we started building it from there, and the sales part of it in about 1997. Been a fun journey.
Yeah. So you have 2 brothers? Or
I
more?
do. No, 2.
Just checking.
2. Yes. We've got a lot of family members that worked in the business throughout the years. It's a kind of an inverted family business where I got my dad involved. I started the company with my uncle. He's more like an older brother because we're a big Catholic family. He was 8 years older than me. So we bought rentals together. Him and I started in 1985, just the investment started, then opened the office in 97. And he always kind of stayed in the rental side of it. And then got my dad involved as an investor. Then he retired from his career as a mid-level executive in the communication business and ran our warranty company for a long time in property management, and then retired again. My mom worked in it a bit for a while. Then we got Jacob involved in the early 2000s. So it's my wife, been pretty much around for the whole journey. My sister-in-law, my kids now. It's my
Wow.
niece. I've had a couple aunts that worked in the business. It's been phenomenal.
It really is a family business.
It is. And being 30 years into the journey, you start to think about what's next, I love what I do every day. I think at some point, maybe I'll work a little bit less and some brokers, they look to exit and they sell their company for some multiplier. They take earnings times 3 or 4 times or whatever, 6 times, whatever that number is. And I'm pretty committed to younger people if eventually run the organization, whether it's family or non-family.
Yeah.
I have a niece, very ambitious. She wants to eventually have my job. But there's, even like I said, they're all family, and whether we're blood family or not, I think that a good test of what we built will be the next generation that runs it. So
yeah.
I would think I'll be involved at some level, but maybe I'm 70, mid 70s in 20 years and on the golf course and on the beach, only working 10 hours a week and giving a little bit of advice, but having other people, the younger team take over.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So tell me, Chief Happiness
Chief
Officer.
Agent Happiness Officer.
Okay, sorry.
I
Yes.
say both sometimes,
But, I think you make people happy. You walk in the room, you meet people. But Chief Agent Happiness Officer, tell me a little bit more about your role in your organization.
Well, I think all residential real estate brokerages, you're not going to have a successful organization without great agents. So, one thing we really refined, Disciplined Company, Disciplined Thoughts, a great book, Good to Great. You don't want to focus on things that aren't going to bring you the results that where you want to go to. Mm-hmm. And you're not going to sell 3,000 houses a year without great agents. So we start there. Now, obviously, you want to do a great job for the external customer, which is the consumer. The internal customer is the agent. But you can't do a great job for an external customer if you don't have a great internal customer. Right. So our core focus is the agent. The agent's the customer. We won't do things as a business. Like I get stuff pitched to me. I go, have a sales rep and sell outside title. Well, anything we're going to do, I'll ask, how does it help our agents? So if it won't help our agents, we won't do it.
Yeah.
And we understand every day that we wake up that our agents, we've got some good competitors. We know we do. They can go anywhere else. They can unplug their business and go to a different spot. So we want to make sure we've got the best spot for them. And family is a big part of that value proposition, that culture. And of course, a lot of people have tech, but it's tech, it's responsiveness, it's a front desk that's extremely helpful. It's a broker you can call and get a call back, or a manager that someone's going to answer them, help them. It's the whole platform.
Yeah. And you've had, many agents that have been with you for years, like Flo. She's been an agent of yours for a long time. Flo,
actually, yes. And there's been some. I was thinking about that the other day. I did a Facebook post on it, actually, that I think Flo and I have worked together now since 2014. She was partners with Mario Como, and we merged their company into ours in 2014. We had about, over the years, probably about 10 successful mergers along the way where we brought people and joined us, and a lot of great relationships there. But yeah, there's a number that have been with us for that length of time or longer. The big acquisition we did was Kee Realty. And back then it was GMAC Kee in 2003. And I think they had about maybe 140 agents at the time. We had 60 or 70. So we were smaller. And we were Parkside. We were GMAC Real Estate Parkside. And we took the name Kee because they were bigger. And that's been, so then there's a group of those agents that have been with us since the inception. So I think the longest is we're pushing 25 years now.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. You see a lot of agents jump around, but that is one thing about Berkshire Hathaway Kee Realty. I continue to see people stay for years,
yes.
For a long time. And part of that is obviously the family culture you've created. I know you also do, I've been seeing a lot of your posts of different learning opportunities for your agents. So you do a lot of training and other things for your agents?
We have a lot of great training. Brenda Lee Schlachta, a lot of people know just Brenda Lee. She's kind of like Madonna. She doesn't really have a last name, so I said it. So very few people know it. But she runs our training department, and we have great content that she puts out, and we all work together. So Jacob and I are doing a training coming up. I don't know when this will air, but we're doing. I think August 28th. Jacob and I are doing sales EQ training, which is just I think one of the best sales books written, by Jeb Blunt. And So you'll find we're real leaders or learners. We're really into. I try and read 40 books a year.
Wow.
Some of them might cheat and listen to them. Actually, most of them, the Audible, you're driving around.
That works.
A good way to be able to get those books in when you're with a busy schedule.
What are some of your favorite books?
A lot of them, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill is kind of like the foundation of the positive thinking where it can get you.
Yeah.
Charisma Myth by Olivia Cobain, to how to have the right charisma in different situations is a phenomenal book. I mentioned Good to Great.
Oh yeah.
I forget, that's by Collins. They study organizations that, outperform their peers in the industry, and they give the common characteristics. And that's where I came up with, disciplined companies, just disciplined thoughts.
Yeah. Oh no, I love that. So also with your, what are your brother's roles in the organization? And I know you mentioned you have a lot of family. Like, who are some other key players in your organization? Oh,
we have so many of them. My brothers are phenomenal partners, and it's so lucky and blessed to have been the journey I've been with my family. Sometimes you see people that they don't have the kind of relationships with their siblings that I have, and it's been a really great journey with them because they've been with me for most of it. Jason is our chief operating officer, or we run what's called an EOS platform. It's called Entrepreneurial Operating System. You know about it?
Yeah. Traction, the book Traction.
Yeah, Gino Wickman. So Jason would be the integrator.
Okay.
I'm the visionary, and Jacob is the chief sales officer.
Oh, I love that.
Jacob really runs the managers, the brokerage, the sales. He's in charge of all that. And Jason is in charge of the title company, and eventually the front desk and everything reports up to him. But Brenda actually in operations has the front desk report to her. So we have a 6-person leadership team.
Okay.
That's myself, my 2 brothers, and a lot of people have met Kester Lang. He's our vice president of sales in Oakland County. Okay. Aaron Brooks is our controller. And my wife, Debbie, she used to do that, but she's, like I said, she's kind of ready to go in the next segment of her life here and thinking about retirement, but she can help me for a couple years. And you talked about Kathy, who was my legendary assistant. She's still around, but Debbie's going to take that role for a while until Debbie decides to either work less or step back and retire completely. So that's the 6 of us make up the leadership. But we have a lot of great other leaders as well in the company. Yeah. A lot of phenomenal branch managers, a great marketing department, marketing coordinator.
Yeah, you can't list everyone.
I can't.
Right?
No. Probably one of the most important positions in the company, we have a lot of great agent service managers. So they're in charge of all the offices and make sure the agents are serviced properly, and they run the front desk, and a lot of talented people.
Yeah. Now, the one thing I've noticed about Berkshire Hathaway Kee Realty is you offer a lot of, it's really like a full service company. Like you offer title, and you have attorneys and insurance.
A one-stop shop.
A one-stop shop. There's the wording.
Everything and the kitchen sink. Yeah, yes. We own 100% of Premier Title. It's a pivotal part of our business plan. We survey our agents, our customer, after every transaction. We ask them, how was the closing package? How was your communication with the closer? I mean, we have probably an unprecedented participation rate. We don't get every deal because it's obviously the consumer's choice. Sometimes the consumer will have other relationships, but we get most of them. And it runs as one seamless experience for both the agent and the customer. And they do a great job. So we own 100% of that. We own 100% of our warranty company, Gold Shield Services. Okay. So we can if I ever get a claim, I'm always going to look, who our agent is, what's the situation. Sometimes they're gray, but I ultimately make that decision, and I want people happy. So if I'm going to bend the rules, I might bend it for our customer, our agent, to make sure they have a great experience. Sometimes with the warranty company. Nice. We do have a mortgage solution. We don't own it, but Debbie also, between helping me, she also does run a mortgage branch for Mortgage One. Okay. So she is very busy, and we do have 6 loan officers in that area as well to give a seamless solution for our agents and consumers.
Yeah. Now, what would you say? What makes someone a great leader in today's market?
Oh, that's a good question. I think a good leader has exceptional listening skills. I think active listening and they're really a great agent too. And agents are leaders, they're community leaders. They're great agents embedded in the community. A great agent will show some of those leadership skills, but I think a great leader, again, has great listening skills and can be very empathetic. I think to really have empathy and understand people, those are, I think, probably the two of the biggest leadership qualities that you'll see in a good leader.
And every person is so different as far as personalities. I know when I first learned sales, I learned mirroring, trying to mirror the person and better relate with them.
No question. And you want to treat people, they say the gold rule, treat people how you want to be treated. It's not really want to change that. You want to treat them how they want to be treated. Because you're right. Some agents will want, a kick in the pants and to get them going and moving and held accountable. And obviously agents are very, very fiercely independent. Some don't want that type of accountability. They want to do their own thing. They want you there for support. They want the platform. They want to have a front desk. If they do have a problem, they want to be able to call you or sometimes, they may have the solution, but two heads are better than one, so they want to bounce something off you. But then again, like I said, some do want the accountability. So you definitely want to manage the personalities different, and different agents are looking for different things.
Yeah, definitely. Now, how do you help agents stay motivated, especially when the market becomes difficult?
Boy, I think motivation comes from within. And I don't know if you can really,
I agree.
I don't know if you can really motivate people. I think you give them the tools. I think you ask them what they're looking for. Every fall we start talking about getting a business plan together for the next year and start really scripting what you're going to do, what you want to accomplish to get more business. So we'll take a deep dive and help them in every area. Now, again, some of them don't want that. Some of them, they're fiercely independent, but some of them love, let's write out the things that we're going to do. We're going to focus on. What are the prospecting opportunities? How can we grow our sphere of influence? We're a big relationship company, no surprise family. So that family goes to our customers' family as well. So we have a lot of client appreciation events. Most of them include kids that, we had a huge client appreciation picnic. We had well over 1,000 people there.
Oh, wow.
Petting zoo and bounce houses and the whole kit and caboodle. So we're working with an agent on something like that. That's one of the first areas we'll focus on. Let's look at its sphere of influence and what can we do to grow it. Because that's where the most business comes from throughout the industry. I think National Association of Realtors statistics are something in the range of like 86% of sellers will come from an agent's past customers and sphere of influence. And the buyers are less because of the portals, but the buyers are probably like, 68 or 70%. And I'm not exact those percentages, but it's close. And then we measure where our business is at, and we're higher in both those areas because we have that sphere of influence marketing plan for the agents where we'll take their database. We will, send postcards out with market content or good information, not garbage, but good market information or household maintenance tips, newsletters with market data, and then invitations to the many client parties we have, which I think we're up to like 14 client parties a year. So
well, I know you have a big Woodward Dream Cruise.
Big one
event.
coming up. Yes. Yeah. August 15th, I believe it is.
That's awesome.
We can throw a party. I would always say, I can't say for sure because I don't know if it's measured, but we have one of the biggest entertainment budgets in the state of Michigan.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, we're having a band. We have adult beverages. We have soft drinks. We have stuff for the kids. We have food. We're providing a lot for that picnic. So it's a great party.
I need to come.
You should come. Yeah, we love seeing you at our events.
Well, I appreciate it because, I don't know. I've been doing this for eight years, being in Real Producers, and you were the first broker to invite me to their awards banquet.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Yes.
So
you have an open invitation is probably too before your time, but as Carlos Santana would say, you have an open invitation.
Well, I appreciate it, and it was great to see the bigger picture of what you do, who you are, and the agents that are part of your brokerage and your team. And again, just seeing it firsthand, how it is like a family, which I love. That is
probably my most. That's probably my favorite professional day of the year is our awards party. Because being a real estate agent, a realtor, it's a hard profession. And, we love that their spouses come and celebrate their success with them. I mean, you can have times they can go, a month or two without a paycheck. Sometimes they can get, beat up, kicked around. It's the truly successful ones. It's not easy to get there. And when they reach those accomplishments, to get that award and come up on stage in our company, be recognized in front of your significant other and in front of your teammates and your peers, it's a special night. And they really enjoy it, and so do I. I really love celebrating their success with them.
Oh, I love that. Okay, you ready for a few fast fire questions?
Let's do it.
All right. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Best piece of advice
or should I say one of the best?
Wow, that is a phenomenal question. Best piece of advice I ever received. I'm going to go with my mom.
Oh,
my mom would say, "Honesty is the best policy." You know, so to be honest, I'd say my mother, her advice there.
Honesty builds trust too.
It does.
You know, why beat around when you're honest, it builds trust, and people open up more too when you're honest with them.
And it permeates through organizations. You know, if you want an honest company, it has to start at the top.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, honesty it's not easy to deliver. You know, news is not good.
Right.
And that's definitely a form of honesty. But in general, the way we do business as an organization, you know, honesty is extremely important.
What's one leadership habit you never skip?
I'll say learning. I always want to get better. I'm not complacent, and I look at the long journey I've been on, and you know, you've learned so much over the years, and I look forward to. We're going to enter an amazing period in real estate and society in general with AI, and I was there, you know, for the internet portion when they were saying, oh, if you don't adopt this technology, you won't last, and I mean, in some respects, it's true. In some it wasn't, because, you know, I have agents that, you know, can barely do email, that they can connect with people, they can communicate with people, and the core part of the business won't change. But I think the technology that we can leverage to be able to help our consumers more and to do more business more effectively, it's going to be extremely exciting to see what happens here in the next 10 years. Or
For
5.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like every month something new is coming out with AI, I feel like.
Every day almost, huh?
Okay, coffee, espresso, or energy drinks?
I am a black coffee guy. I probably drink too much of it, but I drink about a pot of just good old Dunkin' Donuts black coffee every day.
I love it. What's one word your team would use to describe you?
Energetic. Yeah, I would think. Maybe fun. You know,
I love that. What does success mean to you today?
Great relationships. I really think life, it's about meaningful relationships. You know, you probably, you read so much stuff over the years, you get as old as I am, it all kind of merges together. You can't quote the right source, but somebody said that once you make over $80,000 a year, I mean, you need a basic amount of money to have food on the table and, you know, make your house payment, have a roof over your head. But after that, it's not. They say money can't buy happiness. I think obviously it can buy you time. So I want to maximize the potential and make as much as possible. I'm not adverse to making money, but honestly, I mean, what's going to make you happy, I think, is deep, meaningful relationships. And I'm very blessed to have those. I have, wonderful children. I have a great relationship. I have very young parents. That's a great relationship with them and my brothers and all of our, you know, our extended Kee family. I have a lot of great relationships with a lot of great staff members. So we talked about the agents that have been 10, 20 years. We have a lot of staff members that have been with us, you know, their entire career almost, you know, 20 years. And
I love that.
It's neat. Yeah, it's awesome. I'm very lucky and very blessed in that respect.
Now, is there anything up and coming with Berkshire, Hathaway, HomeServices, Kee Realty that you want to promote, or anything that you want to let the viewers know about? August
28th, Jacob and I are doing sales EQ kind of training. It's kind of approved, and that's at Velocity. I just invite every realtor in the marketplace to come out. It's going to be more interactive than Jacob and I sit there lecturing, but but you do have one homework assignment: read the book before you come.
I saw your post about that.
Yes,
so yeah.
You know, so to have it be interactive, have a great conversation about it. It was certainly, I think Jacob and I both feel it's one of the best, like I said, sales books we ever read. That's August 28th, and then October 1st, we have our Sales Fest. And that is downtown Detroit. We haven't booked our keynote speaker yet, but we're working on some really good ones. I promise you, last year we had Lee Brown. She was phenomenal.
Wow.
And I'm sure this year we'll have somebody just as special. So we probably won't be announcing that here. next week or so. So stay tuned
Okay.
on my social media.
Okay, great. And how can the viewers reach out to you? What are your different platforms or phone number, email? What's the best way to get in touch with you?
Well, I am on Facebook. It's easy to remember. You can also email me, john@keerealty.com. And Kee, of course, is Kee, not Key.
Yes.
So yeah, just give me an instant message on Facebook. I think it's pretty easy to look me up, or drop me an email.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on Beyond the Bio.
Thanks for everything you do, Terra the Connector.
Aw.
We love our producers.
Oh, thank you. All right. We'll see you on the next episode of Beyond the Bio with Terra the Connector. Thank you so much for spending this time with us on Beyond the Bio. If today's conversation resonated with you, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. You can watch the full episode on YouTube or listen wherever you get your podcasts, including Spotify and Apple Music. And if you want more behind-the-scenes content, clips, and updates, be sure to follow us on social media. You can also learn more, connect with me, and explore everything we're building at terratheconnector.com. Thanks again for being here. And remember, success isn't just what you do. It's who you are beyond the bio.